all right. So D&D success, riding on the coattail. But do you think it will? Now I don't know how. Actually, I don't know how experienced you are with 5th edition.
Not like Pathfinder. Where
do you think it will be a better edition of D&D?
Yes, I do think it's going to be better because they are fine tuning it, and from everyone I've been talking to, they're very impressed with what they've been doing, and they're interesting. I always find it fascinating because what they do is they don't release new classes, they don't release new spells, they don't release anything. They don't release enough splat, like they just release adventures, which I always thought was the weirdest thing to release because I'm like, 1 out of every 5 or 6 people buys adventures. Why are you only releasing adventures? That's like the not the worst thing, but like, shouldn't you be releasing like new core books? Like if you really want to sell things? And I think they are redesigning the game in the way that Pathfinder was designed. So Pathfinder is phenomenally modular and is designed specifically for like endless add-ons. Like you could just add to Pathfinder forever and it should stay very well balanced. I have a feeling they're trying to move towards that because A, they hired half the freaking Paizo Pathfinder's team literally is working on it. I mean, I know them all and they're all there working. So that's one thing. 2, when I was reading these play tests, and I said this months ago, I can feel the Pathfinder influence in those. Like I read them, I felt it. Like I felt Pathfinder in there, and with the people changing some of the DNA of D&D, I saw them doing it, and I have a feeling just the whole thing with the virtual table is that you can only get so far selling adventure paths. Yeah. So you need to start making it friendlier to splat and crunch, where you can add more weapons, more spells, more character concepts and character abilities. And its current version, it doesn't support that very well. So I have a feeling if they do their job right, that it's going to end up closer to Pathfinder than a lot of people think. And
so I have a funny observation about that. I have a funny observation about that. This is so coming from someone like me who obviously plays, a lot of RPGs. Me and people in my community, or people in the indie game community, when I see a mechanic or a game system that I really love, and then a new game system comes out and they say, yeah, we're using that other system's resolution mechanic, or we're taking clocks from Blades in the Dark and we're kind of making, we get excited, right? Because we're like, we love that mechanic. Why wouldn't I want to see that mechanic in another game? I have noticed that when to your description, when things have come out about the new edition of D&D, I've seen people, Pathfinder players, be like, they're just stealing that from Pathfinder. And they're like mad about it. And I'm like, well, wait, do you think that that's a good game mechanic? And they're like, yeah, it's way better. And I'm like, well, then why would you not want them to use it?
Or why don't you just play Pathfinder then?
Yeah, but I'm just like, well, no, because it's its own unique game. I'm just saying, if a game has a good idea and other people learn and develop from that idea, isn't that a good thing?
You know what I always think of?
Isn't that supporting your idea that this game is
since you're a Magic player, like tap, and now like every single game has had tap since, and they all had to call it something different because no one else can call it tap. But it's like, they nailed it on their first try, and it's such a good game mechanic of tapping that everyone had to do it. And what else are you going to do? I mean, you're not going to tap your cards? Are you going to flip them or something? You're going to tap them because that was a good game mechanic that everyone copied and will copy forever, it seems, until another amazing mechanic comes along.